Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn 1. To define a mole, 2. Apply the relationship between the mass of a chemical entity in AMU and the mass of a mole of that entity in grams to perform calculations. 3. Calculate the molar mass of a substance. 4. Apply the mass, mole, and number relationships to determine the unknown masses, moles, or the number of chemical entities. 5. Calculate the percentage by mass of elements in a chemical formula. 6. Use mass percentage data to determine the mass of an element in a given mass of the compound. First, let us define what a mole is. 1 mole is the amount of a substance that contains the same number of particles or entities as there are atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. So how many atoms does 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope has? This number was determined experimentally and it comes out to be 6.022 times 10 to the 23 atoms. So this number is defined as 1 mole. And this number has a special name to it. It is called as Avogadro's number and it is abbreviated as Na. A mole of any substance always contains this exact number of entities. For example, 1 mole of electrons has 6.022 times 10 to the 23 electrons. If we take 1 mole of water, it will have 6.022 times 10 to the 23 water molecules, and so on. We can think of mole as a unit of number, something like 1 dozen. 1 dozen always means 12. Similarly, a mole always means 6.022 times 10 to the 23 entities. Next, we will discuss what molar mass is. The mass of 1 mole of a substance in grams is called as molar mass. In other words, if you take 1 mole of oxygen atoms, place them on a balance, and the reading in grams is the molar mass of oxygen atoms. The molar mass of an element is numerically equal to its atomic mass expressed in grams. We have already seen earlier how to determine the atomic mass of an element from the periodic table. For example, the oxygen's atomic mass is 16.00 AMU. Similarly, atomic mass of iron is 55.85 AMU. The molar mass of oxygen atoms, that is, if we take 1 mole of oxygen atoms and weigh them, it would be equal to 16.00 grams. The numerical value is same as atomic mass, but the units are grams. For 1 mole of iron atoms, it would weigh 55.85 grams. Molar masses of all the elements can be obtained from the periodic table. We can calculate the molar mass of a compound by adding the molar masses of all the atoms in a molecule. Let us calculate the molar mass of carbon dioxide. 1 molecule of carbon dioxide has 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. If we take 1 mole of carbon dioxide, it will have 1 mole of carbon atoms and 2 moles of oxygen atoms. The ratio between the carbon atoms and oxygen atoms always remains the same. We know that 1 mole of carbon atom weighs 12.01 grams, and we can get this value from the periodic table. 2 moles of oxygen atoms weigh 2 times 16.00 grams. which is the molar mass of oxygen atoms, and we can again get this from the periodic table. If we do the math, it comes out to be 44.01 grams per mole of carbon dioxide. Calculating the molar masses of compounds is one of the most used calculations in chemistry. So you should be comfortable doing this. Let us do another example. What is the molar mass of sulfur dioxide? The molecular formula of sulfur dioxide is SO2. Pause the video here and try to calculate the molar mass of sulfur dioxide. One molecule of sulfur dioxide contains one atom of sulfur and two atoms of oxygen. Therefore, 1 mole of SO2 molecules contain 1 mole of sulfur atoms and 2 moles of oxygen atoms. 1 mole of sulfur atoms weigh 32.00 grams, which is equal to molar mass of sulfur atoms, and 2 moles of oxygen atoms weigh 2 times 16.00 grams, which is the molar mass of oxygen atoms. If we do the math, we get 64.00 grams per mole, which is the molar mass of sulfur dioxide. Now that we know how to calculate the molar mass of a given compound, we should be able to interconvert between the mass, the number of moles, and the number of particles of a compound given its molecular formula. Let us look at an example. You are given 25.0 grams of calcium carbonate and you want to find how many moles of calcium carbonate is present in 25 grams. First, we calculate the molar mass of calcium carbonate. 1 mole of calcium carbonate contains 1 mole of calcium, 1 mole of carbon, and 3 moles of oxygen. 1 mole of calcium weighs 40.08 grams. We get this value from the periodic table. 1 mole of carbon weighs 12.01 grams, and 3 moles of oxygen weighs 3 times 16.00 grams. If we do the math, we get 100.09 grams per mole of calcium carbonate. Let me say it again. 100.09 grams in 1 mole of calcium carbonate. We can use this as a conversion factor to convert from grams to moles of calcium carbonate and from moles to grams of calcium carbonate. I am going to use dimensional analysis to do this conversion. We start with 25.0 grams of calcium carbonate and we want this in moles. So I am going to multiply this with a conversion factor which has grams in the denominator and moles in the numerator. So the conversion factor is 1 mole of calcium carbonate per 100.09 grams of calcium carbonate. If we do the math, we get 0.250 moles of calcium carbonate in 25 grams. Note that the grams of carbonate and grams of carbonate gets cancelled and we have moles of calcium carbonate as the leftover units. So it is important that you keep all the units when doing calculation. That way, if you have done any mistake, you would end up with wrong units and that would trigger you to go back and check your solution again. Let us do another example. How many oxygen atoms are present in 25.0 grams of calcium carbonate? We have already learned how to convert between mass of a substance and the number of moles of a substance. We use the molar mass of the given substance to convert from mass to moles or moles to mass. Now, what if we want to convert moles into the number of entities? We know that 1 mole of any compound contains Avogadro number of entities. So we can use that as a conversion factor to convert between moles into the number of entities, or the other way around, that is, from the number of entities into the moles. We are given with 25.0 grams of calcium carbonate, and we want the number of oxygen atoms present in 25 grams of calcium carbonate. We are going to do this conversion in steps. First, we convert grams of calcium carbonate into moles of calcium carbonate. The conversion factor that we will use is molar mass, which can convert from mass into moles. Or we can use the moles that we calculated from the previous slide. Next, convert moles of calcium carbonate into moles of oxygen. Based on the chemical formula of calcium carbonate, we know that each mole of calcium carbonate contains 3 moles of oxygen. Once we have the number of moles of oxygen, we can convert that into number of oxygen atoms by using the Avogadro's number. Let us do this problem. We start with 25.0 grams of calcium carbonate, and I'm going to multiply this with a conversion factor that cancels out the grams and introduces moles. And the conversion factor that we will use is the molar mass of calcium carbonate, which is 100.09 grams of calcium carbonate per mole of calcium carbonate. The grams of calcium carbonate and grams of calcium carbonate gets cancelled. My answer now is in moles of calcium carbonate. Next, I am going to convert the moles of calcium carbonate into moles of oxygen. To do that, we need to multiply this with a conversion factor that has moles of calcium carbonate in the denominator and moles of oxygen in the numerator. According to the molecular formula, for each mole of calcium carbonate, I have 3 moles of oxygens. The moles of calcium carbonate and moles of calcium carbonate gets cancelled. Now my answer is in moles of oxygen. Next, we need to convert moles of oxygen into number of oxygen atoms. That means we need to multiply this with a conversion factor that has moles of oxygen in the denominator and oxygen atoms in the numerator. And we know that we have 6.022 times 10 to the 23 oxygen atoms per each mole of oxygen. The moles of oxygen and moles of oxygen gets cancelled. The units now I have are atoms of oxygen, which is what we need to calculate. If we do the math, we get 4.51 times 10 to the 23 oxygen atoms. In summary, you should be able to interconvert between the mass of a substance into moles of a substance by using the molar mass. And if we know the moles of the substance, you should be able to calculate the number of entities present in that substance by using the Avogadro's number. And we can go the other way around as well. If we know the number of entities, you should be able to calculate the number of moles of substance And if we know the number of moles, you should be able to calculate the mass of the substance using the molar mass. So the number of moles of compound acts as a bridge between the mass and the number of entities. Sometimes it is useful to express the composition of a compound in terms of the masses of its elements. For example, if a new compound is discovered, some of the first questions one would ask are: what elements is this compound made of? In what ratio the elements are present? What are the masses of individual elements, etc. We use mass percent to express the percentage mass of a particular element present in a compound. Let us take an example to understand this. If we take 1 mole of water molecule, it would weigh equal to its molar mass. Let us first calculate its molar mass. 1 mole of water contains 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen. Mass of hydrogen is equal to 2 times the molar mass of hydrogen atoms, that is 1.008 grams, and mass of oxygen is equal to 1 times the molar mass of oxygen atoms, that is 16.00 grams. If we do the math, the mass of hydrogens is equal to 2.016 grams and 16.00 grams is from oxygen, and the molar mass of water is 18.02 grams. We can say that if we take 18.02 grams of water, 16.00 grams of mass is contributed by oxygen and 2.016 grams of mass is contributed by hydrogen. As we can see, oxygen is the major contributor to the mass. We can express these proportions in terms of mass percentage of an element. Mass percentage of an element is equal to mass of the element divided by mass of the compound times 100. Let us calculate the mass percentage of oxygen in water. We know that for every 18.02 grams of water, 16 grams is contributed by oxygen. Therefore, the mass of the element, which is oxygen, is 16 grams divided by mass of the compound is 18.02 grams times 100. It would come out to be 88.79%. In a similar way, we can calculate the mass percentage of hydrogen in water, which is the mass of hydrogen, 2.016 grams, divided by mass of water, 18.02 grams, times 100. If we do the math, we get 11.18%. If we add the mass percentages of all the elements in a compound, it should add up to 100%. Let us take a look at another example. What is the percentage mass of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in methanol? The molecular formula of methanol is CH3OH. Pause the video here and try to answer this question. The molecular formula of methanol is given as CH3OH. That means for each mole of methanol, we have 1 mole of carbon, 4 moles of hydrogen, and 1 mole of oxygen. The mass of 1 mole of carbon is equal to 12.01 gram, which is the molar mass of carbon atoms, the mass of hydrogen is equal to 4 times the molar mass of hydrogen atoms, which is 1.008 grams, and mass of oxygen is equal to 16.00 grams. If we do the math, 12.01 grams is contributed from carbon, 4.032 grams are contributed from hydrogen, and 16 grams are contributed from oxygen, and the molar mass of methanol is 32.04 grams per mole. Let us calculate the mass percentage of each of the elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. For carbon, mass percentage is equal to the mass of the carbon, which is 12.01 grams, divided by the mass of the compound, which is 32.042 grams, times 100. If we do the math, we get 37.48%. Similarly, for hydrogen, mass percentage is equal to the mass of hydrogen, which is 4.032 grams, divided by mass of the compound, 32.04 grams, times 100. We get 12.58%. For oxygen, it is 16 grams divided by 32.04 grams times 100. We get 49.93%. If we write down all the types of elements present in a compound along with their mass percentages, we call this as percentage composition of the compound. One of the advantages of mass percentage values is that we can use them as conversion factors to determine the mass of an element in a given mass of a compound. For example, use the mass percentage of oxygen from the previous problem to determine the mass of oxygen in 750 grams of methanol. We are given with 750 grams of methanol and we want mass of oxygen present in 750 grams of methanol. We can now use the mass percentage as the conversion factor. We know that for every 100 grams of methanol, 49.93 grams is contributed from oxygen. So we need to multiply the 750 grams of methanol with a conversion factor that cancels the mass of methanol and introduces the mass of oxygen. That is 49.93 grams of oxygen per 100 grams of methanol. Grams of methanol gets cancelled. If we do the math, we get 374.47 grams of oxygen per 750 grams of methanol.